Everyone, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new here. My name is Jess and I'm basically going to be talking about my experiences with meeting Christine and Elijah. So my first experience with Elijah was at VidCon this past year, and we basically were running with his mob because people found him and were running after him. So I ended up getting pictures with him and his mob, and after that it just kind of like spiraled down and like I didn't feel like running anymore, so we went and sat away, and he was like walking like running past me again while I was sitting down, and I looked over at Hope. I was like, Hope, it's Elijah. And she's like, we'll go get another picture with him because your other one didn't turn out too good. So I was like, okay. So I went up, got another picture with Elijah, and I told him, well, at this point in time I was blonde, and I'll get to a point later in the story of why I dyed my hair the color it is now. But I looked at him, I go, my friends call me the blonde Christine. And he's like, that is so great. And I'm like, I'll send you a picture of it later, but I actually, like, I have a hat, I have the glasses, like it literally is like a whole thing. So I ended up like forgetting to tweet him about it. But anyways, long story short, that's the first time I met Elijah. Christine was in Chicago or something at the time, so she was not there. But fast forward in time, Playlist Live DC comes around. So basically Elijah and Christine were featured creators of Playlist Live in DC, and that was one of the main reasons why me and Hope went, aside from Sam and Colby. But at Playlist Live, like, we didn't know like how things worked there. We didn't know like how like lenient people were and everything with like creators running around and stuff. So we didn't really like know if we were gonna see Elijah and Christine until our meetup on Sunday, blah 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 blah. But me, Abby, our friend Abby who went with us, and Hope, we were standing in the lobby, and I'm like just like, you know, sitting like scouting out for Sam and Colby, and my friend Abby goes, is that Christine? And I'm like, no, that's not Christine, that's not Christine. And I look up and I'm like, shit, that's Christine. So we got up and ran over to Christine. I got my picture with Christine, and I literally, like, I had never cried over meeting a creator before, but there's just something about Christine that literally made me cry. Like, I was like, oh my god, I finally met Christine, I finally met Christine. But like, a lot of people say we look alike, and like I always said that, like, I thought that we looked alike too, but like I never realized it until we got a picture together side by side, and I was like, holy shit, we look like sisters, like long lost sisters or something. And I sent it to like everyone that I knew. I'm like, guys, I met Christine, I met Christine. And the responses were like, oh my god, you guys literally look like you're related or something. And we didn't see Elijah. We don't know where Elijah was at that point in time. But so we got that selfie in the lobby. We didn't, like I said, we didn't know where Elijah was or anything. And then Elijah tweets, I think the next day. Yeah, the next day. Meet up at this park, Christine fell, she's laying down, so hey, why not do a meetup? So he tweeted that there was a meetup, so me, Hope, and Abby went over, and Christine was lying there on the floor next to the fountain. And we walked up to her, and like we were like, hey, and she's like, can somebody put on like this one song that I've literally never heard of before in my life? But it's Christine, so I'm highly not surprised. But time went on and everything, and we just started talking, and then I pulled up my phone to show Elijah, and I was like, look, I got her jacket, like, I'm coming dressed as Christine tomorrow. I have the Birks, I have the hat, like, I'm coming as Christine. Hence why my hair is brown. I literally only dyed my hair to look like Christine for that weekend, but it ended up staying because I like my brown hair better than my blonde hair. So that's why I'm still a brunette. But I showed Elijah, and I was like, okay, don't tell Christine, like, I'm coming dressed as her and everything. He's like, oh my fucking god, like, that is fantastic. So the meetup there went on more. I got some selfies with Elijah, I got a selfie with Christine, and then we all took a group picture with a security guard. Her name is Kim. Kim was the girl, loved Kim. We had a prayer circle with the spiritual cowboy, Elijah and Christine. We went around and said we were thankful for, you know, that good stuff. And then later on that night again, we ran into them on the street, and Elijah was drunk, which meeting celebrities drunk is one of my favorite things like ever possible. I don't know why, but it is my goal to meet like everyone that I like watched drunk, because it's so much better. I don't know why, but it is. But Elijah came up to me and I was like, I don't know if you remember me from VidCon, but I had blonde hair then, and I was like, I told you my friends call me the blonde Christine. He's like, oh my god, yeah. And then like I talked to him like, yeah, that's why my hair's brown, blah 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 blah. And then I gave him a hug and he's like, you give the best hugs. And then he's like, you know what, drunk hugs are the best hugs. So we just like hugged it out and everything and got some pictures and everything. I went over to Christine and I was like, okay, hi, so we met earlier and we took a picture together. She goes, okay, yeah, I remember. And I told her, I'm like, I sent it to my roommate from back up at school. And she goes, okay. And I'm like, she literally was like, okay, why do y'all look like you're related? So I showed her the picture and she goes, we have the same noses. And I'm like, I'll take it. So we have the same noses and everything. And then like we got another squad picture with her, Abby and Hope. And we just like stood there talking to them for a little bit. And then James Charles called Christine and like they had to go. But that was it for that. And then the next day, which is Sunday, came along, and that's whenever we had their meetup. So at this point in time, I'm fully dressed in my Christine attire. I had the blue jacket, I had a visor, my hair was dyed brown, I had Birks on, I had darker jeans on. The only thing I didn't have was a Texas shirt, because I didn't I didn't really plan to do that until like a few days before playlist to dress up like her. So I didn't have time to get a Texas shirt. But I walked into the like the area where all the meet and greets were and everything, and people started like running up to me, and like it was so fun because they literally thought I was Christine. And then I walked into the meetup room, like I was playing on my phone, and like I guess Hope told me, she's like, literally everyone in the room got so silent because they thought I was Christine. Like they all got their phones out and were like recording me and everything. And I went over to this one girl and she's like, you literally gave me a heart attack whenever you walked in. I was like, I'm sorry. And she's like, oh my god, no, you're fine. I'm like, can I see the Snapchat that you took of me? And then on the video it said, you're doing amazing, sweetie. And it was just a video of me walking in, but I literally found it the funniest thing. So as we were waiting for Elijah, Christine, and all them to come in, the meetup was Elijah, Christine, Matt King, Jay Cyrus, and Corinna, which was by far the best meetup I've ever been to in my entire life. So shout out to you, Playlist, for making that bomb. But whenever we walked in, Matt King, we met him the night before, and I told him I was coming dressed as somebody, and he like was like, oh my god, I can't wait to see. So I went up to him and I'm like, I told you I was dressing like somebody. He's like, oh my god, like that literally, like it's so, like he was so in love with it. And then we laughed, we talked for a little bit, blah 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 blah. And then I just kept going down the line. Jay's like, I like your outfit. I go, thanks. And then I get to Corinna, and Corinna's like, oh my god, Christine, how's your ankle? I just saw you yesterday and like you were in a wheelchair. And like Corinna was literally treating me as if I was Christine. And back to whenever they all were coming in the room and everything, Elijah looked over at me and he was like, hey. And as they got up to like their meetup positions and everything, Elijah was like he just kept pointing back at me. He's like, that's so great. Like he just kept like pointing me out of everyone. Elijah like looked down at Christine and was like, did you see her yet? And she goes, no, like where is she? And then Elijah goes, right there. So I stood up and I like waved to her, and she's like, oh my god, like she, like her jaw just dropped. But whenever I got up to there, Christine like looked at me and she looks me up and down. She goes, oh my god. And then she like feels the jacket and she goes like, amazing, that's literally the jacket. Like she's like, well, where's your Texas shirt? I go, I'm a broke college kid, so I don't have one yet. And she goes, it's okay, mine's up in my room, I didn't wear it today either. I go, I know, obviously, because she was wearing her damn university or whatever jacket or sweatshirt she got. But like we just stood there and talked for a little bit and everything until security was like, okay, time to take your picture, because you know, security. But we got our picture and I was like, okay, can we get like a family picture or something, family photo? I will insert that somewhere on the screen. But yeah, that is basically all my experiences so far with Christine and Elijah, and they have been nothing but good. And Elijah and Christine are literally two of my favorite human beings ever on this planet. Okay, if you enjoyed today's video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and leave a comment down below. I literally want to try to start uploading more because I am home for holiday break and I have nothing else to do with my life, so I probably will be uploading a lot more. But thanks for watching, and I really hope you enjoyed the story time about meeting Christine and Elijah. Bye!